Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the IME podcast. My name is Revel Harris, and I am the proud host today of the IME podcast during Pride Month, which is October, which is African Pride Month. And I have the pleasure of sitting today with an incredible lady by the name of Murineni Lighavha. Murineni is the current deputy chair of the Proud Network for Deloitte's LGBT Forum, and as well as an analyst by trade and by profession. Murineni, welcome to the IME podcast, and thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me, Rev.
Okay, without wasting any time, let's deep dive into the conversation and just get a bit of history about yourself. Tell us about yourself, who Murineni is, and what was your childhood like growing up in a village in Venda?
Oh, all right. Murineni is just a young woman in corporate currently, and my full name is Murineni Lighavha. Grew up in Venda, like a rural-based Venda, put that out there, and it was a place like where it was rooted around religion and culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm currently an analyst with Deloitte, where where I'm working within consulting space, consulting in SAP, and also serving as the deputy chair of Proud Network, which is the Deloitte LGBTI network. And I think that's me in a nutshell. And growing up in Venda, trust you me, was I can say that it was more of a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up as a transgender woman who you never had anyone to look up to or anyone to reference to. It was something else, there was those talks behind my back, those talks in the community, those talks in church. As I grew up in more of a religious background, where going to church was not asked and it was not debated. It
was expected of you.
It was expected of me, and I had to go to church whether I like it or not, and I had to do what the Bible is saying I should do. And growing up as someone different, if ever I can put it in that manner, was not an easy journey.
Mm-hmm.
Trust you me, it involves a lot of crying myself to sleep, questioning myself so many times, and praying the demon in me to come out, because I was told that what's in me is a demon that needs to be casted out. And I think I lived almost half of my childhood praying that demon out. To say I need this demon out so that I be like others. And I think the demon managed to win, if I put it in that manner, because look at me now, bubbly, out and proud trans woman.
Well done on that. So when did you first realize your gender identity didn't align with what people expected you to be, and how did you make sense of that?
Wow. I think if ever I can recall very well, it was from a tender age. I was still so young when I started to see that who I am, it's not what the society expects of me, or rather what aligns to what the expectations of the society. Because before I started going to school, it was that thing where I was referred to as that soft boy in the community, where when the boys are out there playing, doing the rough plays that they always do, I was not there. I was with the girls, playing the dolls, playing the house.
I know.
However, at first, as the society had said, and as the society has set out there, I also thought that it's just a phase. It will pass, I'm just a kid and that phase will pass. However, with time, that's when I saw that, no, the phase is not passing. Because I still can recall very well, it was 2008, I was doing grade 5 by then. And there was this new boy who came to school, and by then we were still so young, and all we used to do was to write the love letters, where the boys will be writing the love letters to these girls and in class, And when the new guy came to school, I was also like, okay, I think
He's
now
cute.
I think now all my letters are going to be directed to him. Whereas at first all my letters never had the name.
Yeah.
I will write those letters to fit into the group to say, okay, everyone is writing the letters. What about
I
you?
have to.
Let me also write. But they won't have any name. They won't be directed to anyone. Up until the new boy came to school, and all my letters started to be directed to him. And trust you me, it again opened this can of worms at school, because it became a lot. When those letters were found, and also it was learned that I was writing the letters to a guy. Like the teachers, everyone,
and especially in a rural community.
Yes, everyone wanted to know why. Everyone wanted answers, and I was once, I'm like, I don't know. The guy is just cute, and I think all my letters needs to go to. But trust you me, it was not an easy one. It became a lot, and with time, I started accepting myself as different, because I think the same year is the year where the one of the soapies, I think it was Generations, when it introduced the first gay couple.
Yes, I remember
on
that.
Screen, even though it was a hard one to watch, more especially with parents, as someone who's different, even though they used to love that show, the moment that character pulls through, everyone turns and stared at me. It was as if I'm the one who wrote that piece and put it there for them, However, that, I think it also assisted me in knowing that I'm different.
Yeah.
And even though I'm different, there's some people out there who looks like me, who are like me.
But at the time, it feels like there's no one else like you.
Not at all.
Especially in a village that is so small and everybody knows everybody, where things are so traditional and patriarchal. So you have to tell yourself there must be other people like me out there.
Mm-hmm. And that also extend to school, because I still can recall very well at school. It was 2009 when everyone stopped referring to me as Murineni and started using the Senzo Jason character to refer to me. And again, it became that thing where instead of breaking me, it kind of gave me a tap at the back to say, you know what, Ne? Those people see that I'm different, and they're embracing that, even though they're doing it in a mockery manner. And I continued allowing my space and allowing myself to blossom in that space, to say that, okay, I'm different, and this is what people are associating me with, those that gay character.
Yeah.
And then up until 2013, I was doing grade 10. That's the year where everything take a huge detour, right? Because that's the year where I started feeling highly uncomfortable in male clothes, highly uncomfortable being referred as a man. And it went to an extent where I started having to do more research around this, to say I'm different. And the way the more I grow up, it becomes a lot for me to kind of be okay with the
and
fact
accept
that,
yourself also.
with the fact that I'm different. It was more of a roller coaster. However, the same year, 2013, that's when I stumbled into the term trans, right? However, the term that I stumbled into, it was transsexual.
Transsexual, yes.
I started doing research around that, trying to see if ever it really aligns to who I am. And then that's when later on I learned that, oh no, I'm not transsexual, I'm not gay, but I'm trans. However, again, even in that sense, and even when I've made peace with myself that I'm transgender woman, the society again, that character, that Jason and Senzo character has already painted this other picture to the society at large, and then there's me who's different again in the society. So it became that thing where they then started to say, you are not gay enough.
So you're not man enough, like Senzo and Jason.
And Jason. And yet you're not woman enough.
Yes.
It was a lot. There were a lot of pulls and pulls in all directions, up until I made peace with myself to say that, you know what, I'm different and I need to embrace my difference. And with that said, I pushed and continued being different, even though I never fit into the standards that the society
expected you to
fit into.
And there's beauty in difference.
And I embraced that up until the year 2017, where I then came out. Officially, I came out and...
So did you come out as a trans woman or a gay men.
No,
at the
back
time.
then, it was that thing, more especially from 2013, it was, I'm a gay man,
Yes.
you know. But 2017, that's when I came back to be like, you know what, guys, I do get the fact that you have this standard set, and you were saying, I'm not gay enough to be gay yesterday, and I'm not woman enough to be woman, but I'm trans woman. And
So
I'm going to embrace that.
how was that experience coming out as a trans woman in a rural, traditional community like Venda, right? How did your family and your community take it?
Oh, wow. I will start with the family. You know, with the family, I still can recall very well when I first told them that I'm gay, right? When I first told them that I'm gay, like we had a lot of praying sessions, the fasting, the 7-day fasting and praying the demon out of me, you know? And then 2017, when I came out as trans, it became a lot, because I still can recall very well my mom telling me that, you know what, it will be best you just leave and don't come back home, because what is it that I'm going to tell the community?
No.
What is it that I'm going to say to people out there? You know, and even though it was that, right, I had already prepared for that. It was that thing where, like, I had already told myself that if ever
I'm going to get chased here.
Yeah, if ever they failed to accept me by the time I told them that I'm gay, what now?
Because now it's coming out twice.
Yes, you know, what now, you know? And also the community, again, it became that thing where, like, I think the foundation that I built for community, more especially starting from the year 2011, when I was doing grade 8, because I started doing that thing where, like, I built an allyship through education. Where, like, I pushed that I'm going to make sure that I excel in everything that I do, so that people around school, they're going to want my services, you know, meaning that for one to come to me to say, hey, help me with my assignments, help me with my homeworks.
So you're empowering yourself.
Yes, they need to be in
to
my
stand
corner,
out, yeah.
You know, and that, I think, helped me a lot when I came out as trans, because it has already painted that picture of saying, like, she's different, however, she's excelling, you know, because by then I was in
well done.
Yes, and when I came out as trans, instead of the community to kind of like toss me out, it became that thing where, like, mostly parents or other women, they started having that thing of, I so wish my son was like you. You know, look at my son, like what he is doing today, it's just nothing in the community, or rather,
and now your education is setting you apart.
Yes, so it became that thing where, like, what I've set as the base, it's something that came back to advocate for me, and that again kind of like, I think it kind of like helped a lot in making my mom understanding me, because I still can recall, I think it was 2020. Yeah, 2020 late, immediately after lockdown, when the restrictions have been loosened a bit. You know, there's this other church that we used to go with my mom, and there's this other lady, she works at Home Affairs, and then she was having a conversation with my mom to say, you know what, I so wish I have a child like yours. You know, she's different, I do get that, and it's something that the community, like, we never knew of, right?
Yes, so you brought that awareness to the community as well.
You know, and however, she said that she so wish she have someone like me, because her own daughter, by then, she had sent her to school and she came back pregnant, meaning that she had to drop out, you know? And it became that thing where, like, when she sit back and compare her own daughter and me, she saw that huge distinction, you know? And that conversation, I think it kind of like helped a bit on my mom, like making up her mind.
To even love you more.
Yes, because even though she really did not, at times she really did not understand and really support me fully, but from then she started to be in my corner. I'm saying so because I still can recall very well this other day, I was just laughing with her and I'm like, you know, I want to go do my hair. And I was showing her the dreadlock styles, and I made sure that when I'm searching, I'm only searching the masculine hairstyles, you know, because I never wanted it to be all over her face.
Yes, because you're still wanting her image and her name to be put in a good light. Surely.
And as we were going through the pictures, and she's like, why am I seeing only men?
Oh, wow.
Where are women? And I'm like, what do you mean?
That's
like,
so
No,
amazing.
like, get the style that you're going to feel comfortable in. Let me help you. Mind you, she took my phone, she searched the pictures, and she chose the style for me. And it was the first time, trust you me, like, it became Like, I really can't explain it, but
you see, you brought the awareness to your mother to the point where other people started seeing you as a human being and not just as a trans woman. They saw you as a human being. Yes, they knew you were probably gay when you were younger, and then you haven't transitioned as yet, but you identified as a trans woman.
Yeah.
And everybody else, because of your education and your commitment to education, realized, I want my child to be like Murineni. So that made your mother feel proud to be like, okay, everybody else is saying my child is amazing, so maybe I should then also see that amazingness in her. So well done.
Thank you so much.
So who or what gave you the courage to live your truth? And were there any role models online or in your community or moments that gave you hope? Like, who gave you that?
Wow.
Or did you have to dig deep to become that for others?
Growing up, trust you me, it was me digging deep to become that one person that the others could look up to and say that I saw Murineni walking this journey.
Yes.
I also can walk this journey. Because there was no one that I could reference to. You know, I was different. And it was that thing where, like, to the community, I was more of a disgrace to a community at first.
Yes.
You know, because everyone was there. So I'm like,
because it's very cultural, very traditional.
Highly, you know, even at church, you know, that thing where, like, you were at church, you were sitting back there, and you could feel that the entire sermon, it's now
about you,
about me. It's no longer about what is it that needs to be preached, you know. And that it's something that also made me to venture into activism, mostly the year 2013, because that's when I be like, you know what, I'm going to use my education to change the narrative out there.
Well done.
And I pushed. Trust you me, I pushed. And the year 2013 again, I was doing return. I had this maths teacher. Trust you me, the guy, his intention was to destroy me.
Oh my goodness.
But I saw that as an opportunity for me to stand out and for me to shine. Because what he will do, he will give us homeworks each and every day. He will give us homeworks. It will be 3 problems, right? When he comes the following day, on the chalkboard, he will write boys, girls, and those who don't know themselves. Mind you, I was the only trans person
who didn't know herself.
You know. So it was that thing where, like, should I raise my hand on boys? He will not pick on me, even though there's no one in class who raised their hand. And the same applies to girls, right?
Bullying.
Yes, and if ever I don't raise my hand on those who don't know themselves, he's going to pick on me right away. So it became a norm that, you know what, the girls are going to do, the boys going to do, and I will go on that other spectrum of those
where he thinks you belong.
You know, and with that, he even went to an extent of giving us when he give us the problems, he will give us grade 10 work, 2 numbers, or rather 2 problems will be grade 10 work. And then the third number, or rather the third problem will be either grade 11 or grade 12 work. That thing where, like, tomorrow, should I get it wrong in class, he's going to use that against me to say that, you know, to try and change yourself to be a woman, where if you're not, but you're failing your...
Yes,
when it comes
you're
to
doing that, but you don't know your work.
Yes, you know. And that thing kind of, like, pushed me to put an extra mile on my education.
Well done.
Because during the class or during the lesson, I will make sure that I master grade 10 work. During study time after school, I will make sure that I master grade 11 work. And when I get home, I make sure that I master grade 12 work. Wow. Tomorrow coming to class,
you've got everything covered.
Everything thrown to me. It's me, like, taking it like that. Yeah. You know? And it became that thing where, like, I saw that I think this is a space where, like, I need to advocate through. I need to come through and say that I am who I am, and I'm going to show that through my education.
Exactly.
I'm going to to show that through the thing that it's meant to break me, you know,
and show them that I am me.
You know, and
there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it, and there's nothing that it changed. You know, the only thing that's different, it may be that with me I'm trans, and with the fellow person they are cis. You know, but other than that, we're all the same, and I can do and even exceedingly what the fellow people can.
What your fellow cisgender people are doing, and even better.
And with that, I then continued in that spectrum, And I made sure that I built that allyship through that, and I built that activism through that.
And that was buying people now to buy into you because you were helping them with schoolwork.
Just like that.
You see.
And I still can recall the last day where like the boy, girl, and those who don't know themselves
I can't believe he did that.
in class. It was when he gave us problems, right?
Yeah.
And for us to solve. He gave us those problems. We were about to work on those, right? He wrote everything, and this other girl, she stood up in class before even the first person could go and work on the first problem. And she said, "Sir, you made a mistake." And they'd be like, "What mistake is there?" And she'd be like, "You wrote boys, girls, and those who don't know themselves. In this class, everyone knows themselves." You know, and
so that's how you got your allies.
Yes, her saying that, it made the entire class, you know, like in classes like that, they're usually those guys at the back seat. Those who are,
the ones that bully you, throw you at stuff, and call you names.
Then those guys that they want to be like, "Yes, sir, like you made a mistake." All of us in this class, we know who we are. Ask Murineni, she will tell you who she is. And by then it became like, I think it was more of like me starting to see light at that huge tunnel where like it was huge darkness. And now I'm seeing this light coming through from the class, you know, and that thing then made him kind of like dish out us. I think for full 2 months, he was not coming to class. But guess what? The class continued. Because I said, during his class, I'm the one who's going to take over.
No.
We are going to do this together as a class.
Well done.
And we worked on that. And it's also something that also made me to
push yourself even harder.
Yes, and also
and
to
prove a point.
Community. Yes, and also make the community to be on my side.
Yes.
Because it became that thing where like my fellow classmates, when they go home,
they speak.
You know, when I'm passing by the street and someone will be like, "Mom, that's the person I was telling you about. She's the one who's teaching us. Our maths teacher is not doing anything."
And what was the principal saying?
Like at that moment, it was that thing where like no one in our class wanted to be on the wrong side of the gun, right? So it became that thing where like we said we're going to sit back and wait for him to come back. Either he's going to come back by himself or he's going to come back with the principal.
Yes.
You know?
For 2 months.
For full 2 months.
Wow.
And when he came back with that mentality of saying like, throughout those 2 months, we were doing nothing. But guess what? During those 2 months,
you still did what you needed. You did his job.
Yes, we had worked like to an extent that I really can't even explain it, because by then I had also pushed the others to understand grade 11 work. More especially when it comes to cycle geometry. It's something that till to date, I'm in love with cycle geometry. Because I had to teach myself.
You one of the clever ones, Murineni.
And to teach the rest of the class, you know.
Wow.
It became that thing where, like, even when teaching the class, I will extend to grade 11 work and put what is it that is there in grade 11 work so that one would understand them better. So him coming back to class, it became that thing where, like, it was, oh, okay, so you guys worked. And from then, that's when the boy, girl, and those who don't know themselves ended.
Well done.
Just like
well
that.
Well done. Oh, proud of you. That's so encouraging. Because bullying is real in high school.
Surely.
And bullying from a teacher is 10 times worse.
Something else.
10 times worse. So well done for standing up for yourself. Well done for creating a safe space for yourself and creating allies that had your back, you know, as a young trans girl. So what message do you have for other young trans people in rural areas who might feel isolated or afraid to live their lives authentically?
Oh, wow. What I could say to my fellow trans, more especially those who are still coming up, is that be yourself. And don't do it for the next person. Yeah. It's something that I always say, that don't do it for the next person. Don't do it because you saw me yesterday and today you want me to know that you are trans and you are out and loud about it. Don't do it for me, because when I'm not in the picture, you are the one who will have to deal with all the consequences. The hatred, the discrimination, the name calling,
the transphobia, the homophobia, everything.
Surely, you know, like, do it for yourself. And the other thing is, know that there's someone like you out there, right? And also your journey is different from my journey. You may also be in a rural area like Venda, and also a cultural and religious rooted area, but trust you me, your journey won't be the same as mine. Right?
Yeah, because everyone's journey is different.
Everyone's journey is different.
Very different.
You may come out today to your parents and they may be on your corner.
Yes.
Or you may come out today to your parents
and
they're
may
like,
kick
you know
out.
what, ne? You need to leave our space.
You're a disgrace.
You're a disgrace to us. And it can even went to an extent where, like, even when you are dished out to society or to the community at large, the community also turned their back on you. Because it's something that whenever I look back to my journey, I check on that to say that, yes, my family did not accept me by the time I came out. However, I had the community, and for me to have the community, it took me a lot. It took me my time, like as someone
you have to keep on giving into the community, pouring in, because that's how you win them over.
Mm-hmm. And also doing that, it kind of like took a lot from my end, because you can just imagine as someone who's young, you want to go out and play. With me, I never had that opportunity or that chance. Because whenever I had that little opening, I had to make sure that I empower myself so that tomorrow I can be able to give back.
Well done. Well done. Finally, what does being Murineni, a proud trans woman from Venda, mean to you today, and who are you proudly today?
Wow. Being Murineni today, I can say that it means everything to me. Why I'm saying it means everything, like reflecting back on the journey that I've traveled, the journey to have my documents legally amended. Yes.
That part, well done.
Today I'm sitting
Congratulations as a proud woman.
Proud woman, legally recognized even by the Department of Home Affairs. I no longer shy away to produce my card or rather my driver's license. Something that I used to shy away each and every day whenever I'm being pulled to say, can we have your driver's license? I used to shy away from that.
Oh man.
Because always I had to explain myself.
Yes.
They'll be like, okay, the gender here, it's male. What's up? What's happening? Where's the man? I had to explain myself. And it even went to an extent of me explaining myself and me opening up for transphobic attacks.
Exactly. And why did you have to? You didn't have to. And this is where sensitization training is so important for everybody who is a public servant.
On a serious note, trust me.
And I'm glad they didn't break you. So
that never.
Stand proud, stand tall, be an inspiration, keep on being an inspiration to others. And is there anything else that you would want to give anybody, never mind the queer community, any human being that you can encourage in any way, you're welcome to say it.
Okay, what I could say to the community at large, right, is that we are human beings before our sexual orientation, gender identity, and sexual characteristics comes to place. We are human beings and we deserve to be treated as such, right? And the other thing is that if ever the community at large out there, they tend to associate who we are with who we lay in bed with. Like it's something of which is more of degrading.
Yes, because automatically when you say you're gay, they just think, oh, you just laying in bed with men. When you're trans, you don't even know what you do and who you are. But yet I know who I am.
I know who I am, And the other thing is, even though we may be perceived different, or even though some of us may fit into the boy-girl narrative, in the society, we're still human beings. And the other thing to the queer community out there is that building a community of alliance really helps.
Yeah.
Today you may not see the need of that, but trust you me, tomorrow you're going to see the need of that and the importance of that.
Yes.
Because the same community that you're going to build today is the same community that it's going to stand behind
and support you
and rally behind you throughout the journey.